Hi, I'm Alex, and sometimes I feel driven to share a thought. And when I want to express the thought, generally I do so through poetry. So I'm going to read you a little poem that I just wrote, and without any further qualifiers, let me get right to it. There's a question often found that's posed by theists all around. What's wrong with you atheists? Why do you care if God made us? Why do you have to criticize the way we choose to live our lives? On the other hand, I hear how atheists express a certain fear. There's no point in telling them so. Trust me, they don't want to know. Their heads are buried in the sand. They do not want to understand. Both are valid, cogent thoughts that certainly I think ought not be dismissed or set aside out of egotistic pride. They're worthy of consideration, as both are valid consternations of wholly unsuccessful ways of clearing up the cloudy haze created by 2,000 years of careful manipulation of human fears. Compassion is the only cure, guaranteed, for sure, at least not to cause further harm and instantly set off alarms. Verbalizing personal rage may feel good, but can set the stage for war with anyone who sees this combative energy. There are no winners in such fights. Both are wrong, and both are right. All one can do is show the door is open wide. Nothing more. We cannot force them through it all. Remember, we are but a small part of their whole experience and cannot expect significance. All we can do is show the way, living by logic every day, ever observing, ever learning, expressing our deepest yearning, to one day truly understand the whole complexity at hand. Through science, we may conquer space and unify the human race. In the meantime, it seems to me, mere counterproductivity to duke it out with anyone with no holds barred, unless for fun. Am I saying do not stand up against the evil and corrupt teachings of religious verses and never to resort to curses? Fuck no, of course not. That's absurd. Some things just call for filthy words. My point is only think about the way your message will come out. Fighting hate with hate is easy. It's natural to get queasy when faced by outrageous preachers like those Westboro Baptist creepers. We want to lash back at their shit, make it stop, just make them quit. Yet this feeds their inner fire, stoking their subconscious desire. Not to win, but just to inflame. Emotionally is their game. They do not have what they are asked for. They give what they have, nothing more. How can either gain ground when nothing common can be found? They pull, we push. They push, we pull. It's heart versus mind, flesh versus soul. There's a way to see past the fight, to where there is no wrong or right. A way to find the middle ground where a balance can be found. Between reliance on the clues versus whatever truth they choose. I do have faith, and I do have hope that given just a bit more rope, the Christian church will hang itself and leave their good book on the shelf, abandoned with their bitter past, forgotten forever at last. Only time and the turning tides can bring this change, I realize. But in the meantime, we may still stand up for justice and free will, never surrendering the right to educate and not benight the young we have in our care so they're practically prepared. The Bible has no place to be guiding the laws of our country. When God stays quiet in his house, then I'll be silent as a mouse. But if these cultic followers, like the villainous crusaders, continue their quest to conquer, in the end, they're only plunkers. They only waste their precious breath. Don't let them sap yours to the death. Just breathe in deep and see them clear. Attempt to understand their fear. If they engage with us at all, it means they stand upon the wall betwixt our reason and their faith. They won't descend unless it's safe. Know that they are at a crossing and won't be hastened by bossing. They try to test the waters first, believing them to be accursed. If their attempts to conversate are always met with roiling hate, then of course they will still believe that we are simply all deceived. It confirms what they think they know. It's wrong, but still, that's their whole show. They mostly trust in what they feel to determine what is real. So, what's the bottom line, my friends? What do I mean here in the end? Stand for what you know to be true. Just don't shoot your foot when you do. Without going on the attack, meet their confusion with your facts. When their belief is so intense, uproot these claims with evidence. It's up to them what they will do. But this one thing I promise you, they're much more likely to conclude that we may be right if we're not rude. Thank you.